All right, everybody. My name is Robert. I'm here on the Hustle Nation. We are all about gaining financial independence, making extra money, and trying to get to the point where we just don't have to work anymore. Or work is a choice, and we've got enough disposable income to live the life that we want to. Now, that's going to be different for everybody, okay? Some people just need an extra $1,000 a month. Some people want $50,000 a month coming in, all right? I got a video from a buddy of mine, Gerald Peters. He's on Full Auto 11 on Instagram. Check him out. Phenomenal. A lot of great information. One of those people that I always tell you don't take advice from people you won't trade places with. I trade places with him, okay? So please keep that in mind.
It's called the push. The goal of the push is to end up at the bottom of the push, working as little as possible but earning six figures. The reason it's called a push is you have to literally push it each step of the way. It will not happen by accident. It's literally like pushing a rock up a hill or a boulder. We start with the job or however your primary way of making money. You push that money into a business, side hustle, or something that produces profits. You then push all those profits. You don't spend them. You push them into real estate. You then push the profits from real estate into dividend stocks. The further down the push we go, the more passive the income. The end result is earning six figures a year with little work involved. The further down the push you go. If you just stay up in here, you will always work hard.
He's got a video that he does that it breaks it down real simple. And I love this video. There is virtually no other way, so to speak, except a couple caveats to it. If you're like me, though, I didn't have rich parents, got no handouts, no big checks, no lottery winnings, no sports contracts, no record deals, no suitcase full of a couple million cash that I found or anything like that, okay? I've had to grind. I've had to do this day by day. I had to put $1 away. I had to get $2. I had to make $4. I had to get this. I had to get that. I had to do what it takes. I had to work Saturdays. I had to work Sundays. I had to deny myself many different things over the course of time to get to a point where I see the light at the end of the tunnel, all right? Now, I'm going to share this video with you, okay? And then we're going to do my video. And I'm going to do just a couple of things different, okay? They're all going to be added on. There's nothing that Gerald talks about that I would not subtract, okay? Totally 100%. He's heavy into the stock market with doing trades and whatnot, okay? I'm not. I really have no interest in doing that, okay? What I do have interest in is being in the long-term haul, okay? I have a stock called Southern Company. It's four most southern hottest states in the United States. It's been paying a dividend since 1953. A dividend is an amount of money that is paid to you because of basically when you buy stock, you allow that company to take your capital and for them to operate on, okay? So you get paid a certain amount of money. Generally speaking, not always, okay? This is breaking it down into redneck terms, okay? This is for the common man, all right? If you got a bunch of letters after your name and everything, this probably ain't going to work for you because you already know this. And you're going to punch holes in me because, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. The thing about it is, generally speaking, stocks that pay dividends do not have the stellar climbs that other stocks do that don't. So generally speaking, you get it one or two ways. You either get to buy in at 20 and it might go to 500, or it could totally tank and lose, okay? Or you're going to get paid a dividend, all right? That dividend is usually anywhere from about 6 to 12% on average, okay? And nothing is guaranteed, all right? It's not like you're buying into a CD, a certificate of deposit, where you get 2.5% for the next 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. It ain't like that, okay? It's just a consistent amount of money. Well, you get $5 or $7 million sitting in the stock market from different dividend-paying stocks. You got a nice fat check coming in every month, okay? So watch this video, and then I'm going to do mine. Okay, it's a great video that he has, a lot of great information. The only things that I want to do is just add to it. I think what he said was absolutely perfect, okay? First thing is, you got a W-2, you got a job. It's kind of where your money's coming from, okay? You're going to hear in the wealth research that you're going to hear this thing called gap, okay? And this is the amount of money that's left over from what you need to exist, all your expenses, and how much you make. If you live paycheck to paycheck, that gap is very small. If you need $3,000 a month to exist and you make $10,000, then your gap is $7,000. That $7,000 is the gap, okay? That's what you hear people talk about, right? What we need to do is to increase that gap. The reason for that is because the power of compound interest, okay? And it's going to take off like a rocket at a certain point, all right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some type of side hustle, all right? This is what we do after work. This is what we do on the weekends, all right? And before you start saying anything, I don't have time and everything like that, I can assure you of this. The reason you're broke is because of your emotions. The reason that you're wealthy is because of your emotions. That's a whole different video. However, that is the exact reason on why some people make it and people don't. It has to do with your emotions. Trust me on that one, okay? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. There's very few things that I know about explicitly. That is for sure one of them, all right? So here's the thing is that we're going to start some type of side hustle. I don't care what it is. You go and buy yourself a lawnmower for 75 bucks and you start getting out there and you're cutting grass after work. You're cutting grass on the weekend, okay? You're going to start making that happen. This will equal money, all right? That's going to go into what we call the gap. That's the difference between what you need to exist and the amount of money that comes in. That needs to get large. We need more money to invest, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to save up enough money to down on a rental property, okay? And before you get all messed up in the head doing this analysis paralysis and everything, taking 2 years before you pull the trigger, stop! Do not. Find somebody that does rental properties that's close to you, that you get along with, talk to them, figure out your numbers, and then boom, move forward, okay? You're going to try to sit there and say, well, do I need multifamily duplex? Do I need a quadplex? Do I need a single family home? Do I need an Airbnb? Should I do short term? Should I do long term? Should I do... Stop. Do it. Okay? Get one single family home, manage it for a year, figure out if you want to be a landlord or not, how do you like it and everything, and then move forward, okay? Here's the thing. You need to have enough money to put down minimum 20%, okay? This is what they're going to require to give you a loan on that property. Or if you're in a place where you can buy cheap houses, you know, 50, 60,000, go ahead, make that gap, get one, okay? Put one together. Now, generally speaking, this is going to be the part that we call the suck, as Gerald puts it. The push, okay? This right here is going to take most people on average 3 to 7 years. This is not fun, folks. This is not for the weak of heart. This is not for the person that wants to enjoy life and da-da-da-da-da-da. It ain't for them, okay? This is for somebody that's committed, that's all in, and says, you know what, I want to be rich. I want to be filthy rich. I want to call up and say, well, what, 2 weeks in the Maldives, that hut over the water with the clear floor so I can see the fish swimming under? Yeah, give me 2 weeks. It doesn't matter what it costs. I'll take it. Matter of fact, I was class to get there. This is what that's for. For that person to, oh, I can't miss my kid's ball game and everything. I get it. I don't fault you whatsoever. You're making a choice. Your emotions are getting involved with that decision, okay? But I can assure you of this. When you're in a situation where you get to say, you know what? I really don't feel like going to work. And until you experience the freedom of being able to say, I don't feel like going to work, you have no idea what it is that I'm talking about. And then, guess what? One day you're going to get to a point where you don't have a job to go to. Oh my God. And it's wonderful. I love it. Okay? It's amazing that once you get to the point where you don't have to work, I've yet to hear anybody say they did not keep working and started harder. I work harder for myself than I have for anybody else. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to get that rental property, all right? And you're going to keep on pushing. You're going to sit there and you're going to acquire 1, then you're going to get to 2, then you're going to get to 3, you're going to get to 4, get to 5, okay? 5 within 10 years, in another 10 years, you're going to be worth over $1 million, okay? Appreciation, savings on tax, cash flow from the rent coming in, all right? Trust me on this one. Here's the thing. This is the way compound interest works. This part right here, this is about the 3 to 7 years. It sucks. Trust me on that, okay? You're going to have 70, 90, 100-hour weeks. You might be flipping stuff on eBay, okay? You're going to be going to garage sales. You're going to be going to thrift stores. You're going to be buying clothes that you know that pair of pants at $5. I can sell it on eBay or on Amazon for $25. So now I've just made the money minus the shipping or whatever, okay? I'm here to tell you folks, there's a lot of opportunity out there if you're willing to sacrifice, okay? This is the suck. That's the sacrifice. That's the push, okay? That's when that person calls you and says, hey man, we're going to go drinking out tonight, or we're going to go out tonight going drinking and everything. No, I need to cut the yards tomorrow. I got some money to be made. Why you want to be like that, man? Come on. Dude, you only live once, okay? I get it. I've heard all of those things, okay? You're not my people. I assure you of this. Your vibe, your tribe. You stay true to yourself, and if this is a course of action that you want to do, it's going to happen. Those people are going to start gravitating towards you coming out of the woodwork, and they're like, yeah, man, that's what I do. Oh, yeah, you cut yards and everything. Guess what? I got a pressure washing business. Oh, really? You do? Do any of your customers need a yard cut? Yeah. Do any of your customers need pressure washing? Hey, let me get your card and everything like that. See, because you're pushing your intent out there, you're letting others know, okay? Everybody I come in contact with, they all figure out real fast, I'll buy your house for cash, and I close quickly, all right? Because I put that out there so often that I'm all about buying fixer-upper houses. Now, what's going to happen with you once you start making some money and your gap gets wider? There's a phenomenon that's rarely talked about. It's called lifestyle creep, okay? What this is, all of a sudden, getting the real estate doesn't look so attractive. That new King Ranch diesel does. All of a sudden, the real estate doesn't look attractive. That Coach purse does. All of a sudden, that real estate doesn't look attractive. The new bathroom does. All of a sudden, the real estate doesn't look attractive. Adding a pool to the house. We've always, the kids would really like to put, and you've been working everything. Once you're cutting that grass and coming home and everything, you would like to take a dip in the pool, wouldn't you? It's called the lifestyle creep, okay? This country has geared you towards that once you start with the gap and you start making money, all of a sudden your mind starts telling you to spend that money on other things. But stop! This is the part that's critical, okay? Because if you do those things, you're going to be in the suck, you're going to be in the push for your whole life, okay? You're never going to hit this part where it goes up, all right? This is the problem. I'm a contractor. I got a small construction business. We've never been big or anything like that. Most I've had was, I think, 5 employees at one time. It drove me crazy. Never again, okay? Here's the thing that happens in my town that I've seen the most frequently with people. They go into business. They start making some money. They get them an employee or two. That's great. Then all of a sudden they got 3 or 4, so they put a crew out. And now all they're doing is just going and doing estimates, doing sales. They're making money, hand over fist. What's the first thing they do? They go get the big diesel truck. What's the second thing they do? They get the big house built, okay? Contractors, I used to think they all had money. They don't, Okay, what the majority of them have are big lines of credit. Hello! They got no money. Okay? Now, one of the things that I noticed that happened was like in '08, we had a card game, we had a lot of contractors that played with us and everything. They stopped playing because those lines of credit got due. What happened is the bank said, we're no longer doing this, we want our money. Well, all those boats, Harleys, big screen TVs and everything we were buying for 5 and 10 cents on the dollar because they didn't have any type of passive income. They didn't put their money into anything that would pay them money. Them diesel trucks have a lot of expenses, a lot of upkeep on them and everything, okay? So the thing is that you've got to be careful about that lifestyle creep. That will tell you, you deserve this. You know what? You've worked 80 hours for 3 years, every week. You're entitled to that new truck. You're entitled to that new sewing machine. You're entitled to that new kitchen. You're entitled to the new tile in your shower. Whatever it is, you're entitled to it. And guess what? You're due. This is your reward for all this hard work and everything like that. I assure you, I'm no longer in the suck, okay? I'm in this part right here, and I love it. And believe it or not, I still watch my pennies. I'm on an allowance. I got a budget every week as far as that's the amount of money you get to spend, okay? Because I want more money to go into the gap to buy more properties so that my monthly income will continue to go in an upward manner, all right? Now, if I was in my early 20s, I would be making the push to put everything I could into index, or not so much as, but probably index mutual funds or dividend paying stocks that had a long-term track record, okay? If you're after the age of 30 or 35, you really don't have that luck, depending on how much you want. If you want to create, you know, more than about 10 to 15,000 a month coming in, you need to get involved with real estate and get into some type of rental property, something that pays you every month. If you don't trust what I say, then go listen to the experts, okay? Because this whole thing is the same as weight loss, okay? There's only one way to lose weight, and it requires two different things: calorie intake and calorie, okay? The way you get calorie intake is what you eat. You make that go down, you're going to start to lose weight. You get out and exercise and burn calories, you're going to lose weight as well. There ain't no fat pill, there ain't no spandex or no, belly belt or whatever you wear. It's all smoke and mirrors, okay? There ain't no there's no get-rich scheme, okay? This is it. You have to grind. And more importantly, that you're going to come because of the consistency and discipline is what's going to allow you to hold on to that wealth. It is truly alarming how many people have had musicians, sports stars, people, lottery winners, okay? Generally speaking, they're broke within 5 years. You know why? Because they don't have the skill to hold on to money, okay? I was watching a thing this morning, okay? We won the lottery and now we're buying a house, all right? Never heard them ever talk about, well, we're only going to spend this amount of money because we've taken the rest of it and we invested it into some index mutual funds, or we invested it into, a trailer park, or we invested it into, 7 single-family homes that we bought so we can continue to have an income, all right? Here's the thing about it is that if you win the lottery and we'll say you get $2 million and you go out and buy a $700,000 house, a $700,000 house has got a roof that's going to cost between $35,000 to $50,000. Okay? Roof has to be replaced every 15 to 25 years if you're in the state of Florida. Okay? So you figure if it's a brand new roof, you buy it right now, okay, in 15 or 20 years, that roof more than likely is going to be over $50,000 or $70,000, okay, because of inflation and everything going up. Guess what? They're not going to have a lifestyle that can afford that. Their lifestyle is going to be, let me call the person in Obama. House for cash because it's in bad shape, because I can't afford to take care of it, because I did not know how to make money work for me. I know how to spend money. All of us virtually from birth are equipped to how to spend money. Very few people, and your emotions are going to tell you, you know what? He's white, he can do this. You know what? He's a go-getter. He's got all his hands. He's got all his feet. It's going to tell you some excuse on why you can't do this. Okay. But when I can show you a black female that came straight out of the projects that decided to get into real estate, and now her family, her husband got a Bentley, she got a Bentley, and then they got a Bentley that they drive on the weekends, and she's got more rental property than I'll probably ever acquire in my lifetime, you got no excuse. Yes, it's something I'm passionate about, because don't be stupid. We live in the greatest country on earth with more opportunity. Do you think if you're living in Thailand, out in, away from the city, that you're going to have these kind of opportunities? No, you're not, okay? And it's arrogant for us to think that this opportunity might come next year. Ain't no guarantees on that, right? I can assure you, I bought my first rental 20 years ago. You know what has changed? Financing, the way that the banks operate, okay? I'd be much further ahead if my mindset was different back then, because you could buy a house loan for 120% of the estimated value of the house, okay, within 6 months, all right? The seasoning took place, they'd give you 120% loan to value, okay? Financing on investment property was a whole different thing. They would let you have up to like 15, 20 houses on with one mortgage company and everything like that. All of that's changed, okay? Opportunities are still out there. The way we do this game has changed, but the game is still the same, okay? You're gonna have to have a job, a source of income, and then you're going to have to increase it, and you're going to have to increase it exponentially so that you have something to actually work with, okay? If you're only making $50 a week and that's all you're interested in, please turn the channel off. This is not for you, okay? This is for the person that says, hey, look, I need to start getting about $500 minimum a week coming in. I need to put that money to work for me, okay? Because if you got $500 a week coming in, $2,000, that's going to be $24,000 in 1 year. $100,000 house, boom, you've got the down payment. All right. The problem is that people don't want to work that hard. They don't want to tell themselves that 3 to 7 years, no, don't go buy that new truck. No, don't go out to eat. No, don't go to Disneyland for vacation. No, don't go to Smoky Mountains. No, don't do this. Okay? But that's what's required. Okay? And I'm not telling you to stop buying $5 Starbucks like that, because that ain't going to make a difference. You know? And if you're in your 30s or 40s, and I'm not trying to discourage you, but do not think that you're going to make a huge difference in your retirement if you're only putting $100 a month away, because it ain't going to happen. You know, my suggestion to you would be is go buy some courses to get a skill that's going to pay you more than what you're doing currently. Folks, it's not rocket science. This is available to everybody. Anyone can do this. You know, I saw listened to a podcast the other day with this lady that was getting a divorce. She moved from Florida to Maine. I think her thing is eBay to $100,000. And she started a side hustle, single mom, no help, 3 kids and everything. She's a multimillionaire. Funny thing is I asked somebody about that, a real estate agent that I met, and said, you know, do you have any, they all tell you, oh yeah, I work with investors, okay? 99% of them don't have any real estate that makes them money, okay? But I work with investors, okay? So I asked her, I said, do you have any rentals? No. She said, no, I need to save up and get some. And I said, well, why is that not happening? And she said, well, you know, I got this and I got that, my kid and everything like that. And I said, so having a child means that you can't invest? And she said, look, do you have any kids? My answer is no, I don't. Never had any kids, never been married. I didn't make that. So yes, I've had more money to work with, so to speak. It's a choice that I made. It was a conscious decision, okay? Here's the thing is that I sent her a link to that gal that was a single mom with 3 kids, because I told her, I said, let me ask you this. What if I introduce you to a mom that had not 1, not 2, but 3 children, and in less than 7 years, she made herself into a millionaire and acquired real estate? Oh, cool. She blocked me after that. Because then I just took every excuse away from her, okay? Some of y'all want to be stuck because that gives you something to be able to fixate on. Okay, it's the same thing when you see somebody that will create their storm and then they want to whine because they don't have an umbrella and it's raining. It's your emotions. Trust me on this. However, this right here is a very simple plan. It's available to anybody. You don't need to send $19.95. But wait, there's more. It works. I'm telling you, folks, I can't tell you how many people I've met that have some type of story that's real close to this, okay? And now they're enjoying financial freedom, being able to travel the world, do what they want. They're able to take care of their grandparents. They're able to take care of their parents who, be there for their kids, take them to school, pick them up whenever they want to. They're able to practice violin with them and stuff. They're able to do whatever it is that they want. If that doesn't appeal to you, I understand. It's not a judgment call or anything like that. I got nothing to offer to you, okay? My vibe attracts my tribe. Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. Have a wonderful